أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I start in the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum, dear children, dear parents, and the followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. We are all gathered tonight as it is the shab of Shahadat Tiflaan Muslim alayhi salam. It is the night of when the children, the two sons of Hazrat Muslim Ibne Aqeel alayhi salam, were martyred. We are gathered to mourn over the martyrdom of Muhammad and Ibrahim alayhi salam. Tonight we will learn about who these two great warriors were, what happened to them, and what should we learn from their sacrifice. If you have not taken wuzu, please do so before sitting down. I hope you are all wearing black clothes. Now is the time to send our salam to the 14 Masumin alayhi salam. Please repeat after me. And please put your hands together, the children watching this at home. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon all the prophets of Allah. Peace be upon all our 12 beloved Imams. Peace be upon all the pious ladies, especially Bibi Fatima Zahra, Salamullah alayha, Bibi Zainab, Salamullah alayha, and all the ladies of the household of Prophet Muhammad, Sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam. Peace be upon the father and the mother of Ibrahim and Muhammad, alayhi salam. And peace be upon the two brave companions of Imam Husayn, Ibrahim and Muhammad, alayhi salam. So now I'm going to introduce tonight's followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Tonight we have with us Muhammad Zoran Ali. We have Sayyida Hania Naqvi with us. We have Qasim Zaidi and Sayyida Noria Naqvi. So as you guys always know that before we start our majlis, we start with a surah or with a dua. So we're going to start off with Ayatul Kursi. We have Qasim Zaidi with us, who is going to recite Ayatul Kursi.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يعودهما وهو العلي العظيم. لا إكراه في الدين قد تبين الرشد من الغي فمن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله فقد استمسك بالعروة الوثقى لا انفصام لها والله سميع عليم. الله ولي الذين كفروا أولياءهم الطاغوت يخرجوهم من النور من ظلمات إلى النور والذين كفروا أولياءهم الطاغوت يخرجونهم من النور إلى الظلمات أولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون. اللهم
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم أجمعين. Jazakallah Kazim Zaidi for reciting really nicely Ayatul Kursi. We also have now with us Muhammad Zoran Ali, who is going to recite Surah Falaq and Surah Nas for all of us. So please recite alongside Zoran, any part of the world you're sitting and watching this by yourself or with your family. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم أجمعين.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق. From the evil, say I seek refuge in the Lord daybreak. من شر ما خلق, from the evil of that which he created. ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب, and from the evil of darkness when it settles. ومن شر النفثات في العقد, and from the evil of the blowers in knots. ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد, and from the evil of an envier and he envies. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Qul a'udhu birabbin nas. Say I seek refuge in the Lord of mankind. Malikin nas, the sovereign of mankind. Ilahin nas, the God of mankind. Min sharri waswasil khannas, from the evil of the retreating whisperer. Allazi yuwaswisu fi sidurin nas, who whispers evil into the breasts of mankind. Minal jinnati wan nas, from among the jinn and mankind. Allahumma
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم أجمعين. Jazakallah Muhammad Zoran Ali, really nicely recited. I was expecting you probably just going to recite Surah Falaq and Surah Nas, but you have taken an extra step tonight. Alhamdulillah, you have not only recited both surahs, but you translated it as well, which is very important. So mashallah, thank you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with you and Qasim for reciting Ayatul Kursi and Surah Falaq and Surah Nas. Jazakallah. Now, dear children and parents, I am going to share a video with you in regards to the Shahadat of both Ibrahim and Muhammad Ibne Hazrat Muslim Ibne Aqeel alayhi salam, for all of you to understand what took place in Kufa. How is these two warriors considered as the companions of Imam Husayn alayhi salam? What happened to them? So please pay very close attention to the video so you understand that these two children, they are the same age probably as you are watching right now. So look at what happened to them. How are they so different and special in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So just bear with me for a moment. I am going to play the video with you guys. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Hazrat Muslim had taken with him his two sons, Muhammad and Ibrahim. After Hazrat Muslim was killed, Muhammad and Ibrahim were also arrested and put into a dungeon. It is said that Muhammad was just 8 years old and Ibrahim was 10 years old. On the 20th of Zulhajj and 60th Hijrah, When the jailer came to give the children their evening meal, he saw them saying their evening prayers. The jailer waited. When the boys had finished their meal, he asked them who they were. When the jailer learned that they were the sons of Muslim Ibne Aqeel and the grandsons of Hazrat Ali, he let them escape. The children came out of the prison. It was a dark night, and their first thought was to go to Imam Husayn and warn him not to come to Kufa. Everywhere they went, they found the roads and the gates blocked by Ibn Ziyad's soldiers. It was impossible to get out of Kufa, and now it was almost daybreak. Where could these two young boys go? They found themselves by the side of the river Furat. They drank some water from the river and then went up a tree to hide for the day. Just then, a woman came to the river to get water. She saw the two young boys and asked them who they were. Ibrahim said, "We are two orphans. Would you please leave us alone and not tell anyone that you have seen us here?" The woman asked them to accompany her to her mistress, who would help them. The woman's mistress was a kind lady. After talking to the boys for a while, she realized who they were. She gave them food and said to them, "You can spend the day here, and I will try to help you. But unfortunately, my husband Haris is working for Ibn Ziyad. He is out at the moment. You can rest in the spare room, but make no noise. Otherwise, when he comes back, he will find out you are here and he will kill you." The children said their prayers and went to sleep. In the evening, Muhammad woke up and started crying. Ibrahim asked him why he was crying. Muhammad said, "I saw our father in a dream. He was calling out for us." Ibrahim said, "Brother, be patient. I also saw our father in a dream, beckoning us to him." They both started weeping. Haris, who had come back, heard the children crying. He opened the door and asked them who they were. On learning that they were the children of Muslim Ibn Aqeel, he tied both the boys to a pillar. Haris's wife tried to stop him, but he beat her up badly. Haris wanted to collect the reward which Ibn Ziyad had offered to anyone who would capture them. The children spent the whole night tied up to that pillar. In the morning, Haris dragged them to the river bank. He took out a sword. Ibrahim asked him, "Haris, are you going to kill us?" Haris said yes. Ibrahim said, "In that case, give us time to finish our morning prayers." The two boys said their prayers. They raised their hands and cried, "O Allah, we are coming to you. Give our mother courage when she hears of our death, and judge between us and our killers." The sword came down. There were splashes in the water, and two young bodies were seen floating away in the waters of the river Furat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajmain. Jazakallah Hania, Sayyida Hania Naqvi. Every single time she puts an extra effort for the majlises and the junctions. She prepares all the videos. So Jazakallah, Sayyida Hania Naqvi. Really nicely explained what happened with Ibrahim and Muhammad bin Muslim Ibn Aqeel. I hope from that video that you guys have understood what took place, and we're going to come explain that more tonight, so you guys all remember the tragic event that took place with Ibrahim and Muhammad ibn Muslim ibn Aqeel alayhi salam. As many of you guys probably have remembered last time that we did a majlis on the Shahadat of Hazrat Muslim ibn Aqeel alayhi salam. So just to rephrase tonight, that Ibrahim and Muhammad are the two sons of Hazrat Muslim ibn Aqeel, who went alongside him to Kufa as the messenger of Imam Husayn alayhi salam. But the three of them were martyred So just bear with me now. Please recite salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Dear children and parents, you probably can see on the screen now, this is an image format, a graphic of what took place at the bank at the river Euphrates. As you can see in the picture, this is for the children. Please pay close attention. So in the picture, you can see Harits with the sword, and Ibrahim and Muhammad, Ibne, Muslim, Ibne Aqeel alayhi salam, were tied with the rope behind their backs. So this is what happened. This is the place where they were martyred. And this is the place where they called out that, oh Harits, give us the chance so we can pray our morning prayers. And then they were martyred. This is another picture that I wanted to share with you guys. This is the holy shrine of Ibrahim and Muhammad alayhi salam. It's very important that when we mention Ibrahim's name and Muhammad's name, that they are being said in the most respectful manner as well. So this is the place, the holy shrine is called Musayyib. The place is on the way to Qasmain while going from Karabala. So for many of you who have gone for ziyarat to Iraq, you will have come across as a stop when going to Qasmain. You will have stopped here to send your salam and visit the holy shrines of Ibrahim and Muhammad alayhi salam. So now we have with us Qasim, who is going to do a speech on the event that took place in Kufa. So Qasim, are you ready to do your speech?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yes, please go for it.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm gonna tell you about Hazrat Muslim's two sons. Hazrat Muslim's two sons were Muhammad and Ibrahim. They were the grandsons of Aqeel ibn Abi Talib. Muslim ibn Aqeel was the messenger of Imam Husayn to the people of Kufa. After martyrdom of Hazrat Muslim, the two children were left behind in Kufa. Both of the children were captured by Ibne Ziyad and put in jail. The guard of the jail was the lover of Ahlul Bayt. After finding out the kids were from the family of Ahlul Bayt, he left them free. One night after they escaped, they ended up at the door of an old woman. She took them in and gave them a bed to sleep. She told them that she had a son-in-law who was on the side of Ibn Ziyad, and she was afraid that he would catch them. During the night, the son-in-law came home and found the two kids. He was searching all night. The old lady warned him not to take the kids to Ibn Ziyad. He said the governor has promised him 1,000 dirhams for the head of each of them. In the morning, the son-in-law tied both of the kids to a tree and told them he would kill them and take their heads to Ibn Ziyad. The kids insisted him not to kill him and go to hell. When they asked him to let them pray for Rakat Namaz, after that he killed both kids and threw their body into the river. He took their heads to Ibn Ziyad for a reward. Ibn Ziyad told him that he had done a very wrong thing by killing his guests and ordered his men to kill him. in the same spot where he killed the kids. The grave of the kids is in Baghdad, and we kids cry for them every year. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. Jazakallah Kazim for such a nicely recited and written speech and with the event that has taken place. A very quick question I would like to ask you, Kazim, before we move on to the next participant. So if you can please answer this question. From what you have written, from what you know about the sacrifice of Ibrahim and Muhammad, you said that every year we cry when we come across this date, we cry over the tragic event that has happened with Ibrahim and Muhammad. They were almost the same age as you. What do you learn from their personality? What do you learn? Is there something that they inspire you, that you wish you were among the companions of Imam Husayn, that you want to become like Ibrahim and Muhammad?
Yes, I learned a lot of it.
You learned a lot.
I learned about their they sacrificed their Baghdad, and we cry for them every year. Their names.
Yes. And do you think just by crying for them, sorry Kazim, do you think just by crying for them, is that enough? Or do we have to do more than just crying for them?
More. We have
what
to,
can we, what do we have to do?
You have to do namaz, Shahadat, and everything for them.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Jazakallah Kazim really nicely answered the question, because it is very important, guys, for everybody watching this, that we also have the holy month of Muharram coming, and every year we go majlises and we cry over the tragic event that took place at Karabala. But is it just enough for us to do martyrdom? Is it enough for us just to cry over the tragedy that has taken place? Does Imam Husayn only wants our tears? Or does Imam Husayn wants us to become the real followers and to do exactly and follow on the same pathway as he did? You know, so it's very important that this year we sit down and think for 5 minutes that what exactly Imam Husayn wants me to do, because I cry every year, but what else have I done extra this year? It's really important, guys. We need to find this out. We have with us now Sayyidah Noria Naqvi, who has watched the series on Tiflaan Muslim alayhi salam. There's a whole series, guys. You please watch that, because it is very important that we learn exactly what took place in those series. You will learn that. So now, Sayyidah Noria Naqvi, she has watched this over and over, and now we're going to ask her, what is it that she has learned from the lives of Ibrahim and Muhammad alayhi salam? Why are they so special in her life that she not only watches this series one time, but over and over she keeps re-watching it? What is it that keeps motivating her? So we have with her Sayyidah Noria Naqvi. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Sayyidah Noria, can you please take us through your journey, please? What are your feelings towards Ibrahim and Muhammad, and what have you learned about their lives, and what have you applied in your life? Can you please take us through that?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I watched the Tiflaan Muslim series several times, and we can learn very important lessons from the lives of Muhammad and Ibrahim. First of all, I have learned from Muhammad and Ibrahim that you should believe in Allah even in the most harsh situations. They practice Islamic ethics of not lying and having patience even in the most difficult situations. The most heartbreaking situation is that Muhammad and Ibrahim were alone and their father had been martyred by Ibne Ziyad. Both kids were too young to face and tolerate the hardships of prison. Yet Ibrahim, being the elder brother, used to console Muhammad as much as he can. The most heartbreaking part is the time when Muhammad was remembering his mother and crying. The gods tied birth brothers with 2 poles. The other heart-wrenching incident is when birth brothers cried in front of Horus not to kill them, and when he refused, they recited Kalma Shahadat and got ready to sacrifice their lives in the way of Allah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajmain. Jazakallah Sayyida Noria Naqbi. Just a few questions that I wanted to ask you. Really nicely, you have explained that, their lives is full of hardship and sacrifice, yet they still remained patient in those struggles. As a follower of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, what do you think is your responsibility, if I may ask you this question, that the holy month of Muharram is coming? We cannot go to the centers, to the mosque to, do majlis in that way. What do you think we should do this year? How should we, while coming online and doing the majlis online, what advice you want to tell the children like yourself and the younger generation, that what should they do before coming to majlis? When they're sitting down for majlis, what should they do? Can you hear me, Sayyida Noria? No? That's okay. I will okay, that's okay. There's some network issues. So now what I would like to share with you all is a very small clip that I have found online. After doing a lot of research, I have found this small clip of the actual ziyarat of Ibrahim and Muhammad Ibne Muslim Ibne Aqeel alayhi salam. So I want you to imagine yourself that you are going on the ziyarah, and I know somebody in the comments, they have said that yes, I have gone to Karabala. Then you are very fortunate, you are very lucky. Please pray for all of us that we all get the chance to go visit the holy shrines of the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam and the great companions like Ibrahim and Muhammad, inshallah. So I'm going to share a video with you guys. This is the shrine, the zari of Ibrahim and Muhammad, people who have gone for the ziyarat of them. So please send your salam as you're watching this. Please send your salam and ask for your hajat, for your wishes, that you want to become as brave as Ibrahim and as Muhammad. Just bear with me for a moment, please. Please recite salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. So this is the actual zari, the shrines of Ibrahim and Muhammad. So just imagine yourself being there and what you're going to say. Apart from the salam you're going to send right now, what else you're going to talk to them about?
ما تشوف العين شفته منه يسمعني بنصيح عيني شفت اولاد مسلم من ضيفة على نظري ما تشوف العين شفته منه يسمعني بنصيح عيني شفت اولاد مسلم من ضيفة على نظري.
This is the actual zari. Please send salawat, please send your salam right now. Inshallah, we all get the tawfiqat, the opportunity to go and visit. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. So from all so far what we have conducted, now this is the time, dear children, that I want you, this is the time of Masayib. This is the time you will sit down and you put your heads down and feel the pain of Ibrahim and Muhammad. This is the time we send our salam to Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam, to the father of Ibrahim and Muhammad, Hazrat Muslim Ibne Aqeel alayhi salam, who left the caravan of Imam Husayn alayhi salam with his two sons, and then was martyred in Kufa. And then the two sons were left alone completely. So please, if a tears drops down on your clothes, think that as a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you are the followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Assalamu alaikum, O Muhammad ibn Muslim ibn Aqeel. Assalamu alaikum, O Ibrahim ibn Muslim ibn Aqeel. Dear children, let's take our hearts tonight on the journey of these two beloved brothers, this two beloved son of Hazrat Muslim ibn Aqeel alayhi salam, these two beloved companions of Imam Husayn alayhi salam. O Muhammad, O Ibrahim, what would have been your feelings when you left the caravan of Ishq, the caravan of Imam Husayn alayhi salam, when you left with your father, Hazrat Muslim ibn Aqeel, to go towards Kufa? I am sure you would have been sad to be leaving the Imam of your time, Imam Husayn alayhi salam. But you probably have been thinking that you are with your father, and surely you will reunite with Imam Husayn alayhi salam. Yet what awaited in Kufa is very hard for us to talk about or to even imagine. Oh Muhammad, oh Ibrahim, we can't imagine how hard it must have been for you two to see the people who promised your father, Hazrat Muslim, that they will support him and Imam Husayn, but broke their promise. Not only they broke the promise, but captured the three of you and killed your father while he was very thirsty. I am sure in those moments you would have been crying out to Imam Husayn that, oh my Mawla, oh Imam Husayn, they have killed our father, your cousin, your messenger, and we are left alone without anyone to help us. Oh Muhammad, oh Ibrahim, despite how young you two were, you both had a very strong faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In those torture and hardship, you did not miss your prayers. You did not listen or follow the wrong orders of the tyrant rulers and the enemies of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. You both had patience and supported each other in a city of crime, loneliness, and torture. Even in those last moments when Harith, may Allah's curse be upon him, tied you both with rope and dragged you to the river of Furat and took his sword to kill you both, you two in those moments asked him, give us time to finish our Fajr prayer. As you finished your prayer, you both looked up the skies and cried out, Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi rajoon. Oh Allah, we are coming to you. Give our mother courage when she hears of our death. Judge between us and our killers. Dear children, the sword came down on the necks of both Muhammad and Ibrahim. The blood splashed on the sands, in the river, and in the skies. The two beloved companions of Imam Husayn, the two sons of Hazrat Muslim ibn Aqeel, the two innocent young bodies were seen floating away in the river of Furat. Dear children, Muhammad and Ibrahim's sacrifice was on the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is now our responsibility to follow on the same path as these two warriors. The path of truth, the path of hardship, the path of sacrifice, the path of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us an opportunity to attend tonight's majlis. We ask the two great warriors, Muhammad and Ibrahim, the sons of Hazrat Muslim ibn Aqeel, to guide us to become as brave as they were. Help us so we always perform our prayers and do everything with which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is pleased and satisfied. We ask the Imam of our time, Imam Mahdi alayhi salam, to hold on to us and guide us so we also become part of his companion, just like Muhammad and Ibrahim were part of Imam Husayn's companion. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم أجمعين. Please do recite salawat as well. Dear children, I request now from all of you and from your parents, if you guys could please step away a little bit from your cameras, from your videos. As we are doing matam right now, I am going to play a noha for you all. And in that same respect that we do matam for Imam Husayn alayhi salam, Ibrahim and Muhammad alayhi salam truly deserve the same respect. And we should do matam properly. So please, just bear with me. I'm going to play a noha now.
Muslim ke dulare, Muslim.
Meet the new Tom Organic period briefs. Period underwear made with soft or
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وأجل فرجهم أجمعين. Just bear with me one more moment. Please recite salawat.
Muslim ke dulare, 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 Muslim ke dulare. Jab ghir gaye Kufe mein Muslim ke dulare, har desh mein tanha the taqdeer ke mare. جب گر گئے کوفے میں مسلم کے دلارے، اور دیس میں تنہا تھے تقدیر کے مارے. دونوں بچوں کا وہاں کوئی مددگار نہ تھا، صرف تنہائی تھی آور نہ تھے غم خوار نہ تھا. وہ بھٹکتے رہے در در، کوئی دلدار نہ تھا، کوئی دونوں کی مدد کرنے کو تیار نہ تھا. تھک کر کے جو گرتا تھا کبھی چھوٹا برادر، چلتا تھا بڑا بھائی اسے گود میں لے کر. جب گر گئے کوفے میں مسلم کے دلارے، اور دیس میں تنہا تھے تقدیر کے مارے. چھوٹے بھائی نے بڑے بھائی سے رو کر پوچھا، بھیا اتنا تو بتا دو کہ کہاں ہے بابا، ہم مسافر ہیں یہاں کوئی نہیں ہے اپنا، ہم کو پردیس میں اب کون سہارا دے گا. ہر سمت اندھیرا ہے کہاں جائیں گے بھائی، لگتا ہے ہمیں بابا نہ مل پائیں گے بھائی. جب گر گئے کوفے میں مسلم کے دلارے، اور دیس میں تنہا تھے تقدیر کے مارے. رات کالی تھی اندھیرے میں وہ دونوں بچے، سہمے ہوئے ایک پیڑ پر چھپ کر بیٹھے. رات بھر لپٹ تھے آپس میں وہ غم کے مارے، سسکیاں لیتے تھے اور روتے تھے چپ کے چپ کے. आहट जो कोई होती थी घबराते थे दोनों, पत्ते भी खड़कते थे तो डर जाते थे दोनों। जब गिर गए कूफे में मुस्लिम के दुलारे, और देश में तन्हा थे तकदीर के मारे। एक नीज़ाए सुबह उसको था पानी भरना, उसने मासूमों का पानी में जो देखा चेहरा, दोनों बच्चों से ये घबरा के उसी दम पूछा, कौन हो आए कहाँ से हो बता दो इतना। दोनों ने कहा जख्म बहुत खाए हैं बीबी, हम लोग मदीने से यहाँ आए हैं बीबी। जब गिर गए कूफे में मुस्लिम के दुलारे, और देश में तन्हा थे तकदीर के मारे। नाम यसरब का सुना जब तो वो तड़पी एक बार, लेके बच्चों को चली घर की तरफ वो दीदा, जाके मलकन से बताने लगी सब हाले ज़ात। मोमिना ने किया शहजादों को रो रो कर प्यार, कहने लगी डरना ना मेरी जान हो दोनों, आका के दुलारों मेरे मेहमान हो दोनों। जब गिर गए कूफे में मुस्लिम के दुलारे, और देश में तन्हा थे तकदीर के मारे। मुतमईन हो गए जिस वक्त की वो माह लगा, ले गई बच्चों को हुजरे में कनीज़े ज़हरा, खाना पानी जो दिया बच्चों का दिल भर आया, सामने नजरों के माँ बाप का चेहरा आया। बाबा के लिए महबूबा हो गए दोनों, बिन खाए पिए रोते हुए सो गए दोनों। जब गिर गए कूफे में मुस्लिम के दुलारे, और देश में तन्हा थे तकदीर के मारे। हाय मुस्लिम के पे सर चांद सितारे दोनों, ख्वाब से चौंके उठे जो दुलारे दोनों, आहें भरने लगे हुजरे में वो प्यारे दोनों, रोए बेसाख्ता तकदीर के मारे दोनों। रोने की सदा सुन के उठा हारिस मलऊन, खंजर लिए हुजरे में गया हारिस मलऊन। जब गिर गए कूफे में मुस्लिम के दुलारे, और देश में तन्हा थे तकदीर के मारे। देखा हारिस को तो मासूम बहुत घबराए, जुल्फ़े जालिम ने जो पकड़ी तो जिगर थर्राए, ले चला खींचता मासूम को जालिम हाय। मोमिना ने कहा हारिस तुझे मौत आ जाए, मासूम है परदेसी है इन पर न सितम कर, हैदर के गुलेतर है ये ज़हरा के गुलेतर। जब गिर गए कूफे में मुस्लिम के दुलारे, और देश में तन्हा थे तकदीर के मारे। कितना मलऊन था हारिस को तरस ना आया, मोमिना की न सुनी एक उसे कत्ल किया, बाल बच्चों के पकड़ कर वो सितमगर निकला, बच्चे कहते थे हमें मार के क्या पाएगा, दिरहम तुझे दिलाएंगे जितना तू बताए, ले चल के मदीने हमें अम्मा से मिला दे। जब गिर गए कूफे में मुस्लिम के दुलारे, और देश में तन्हा थे तकदीर के।
Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Please recite salawat one more time. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum ajma'in. Dear children, dear parents, this brings us to the end of tonight's majlis of Ibrahim and Muhammad Ibne Muslim Ibne Aqeel alayhi salam. I do apologize in between the sessions that there are sometimes technical problems do occur. But regardless of that, it's really important that we should never be sidetracked from our main purpose, from our main objective of the majlises, of the discussions that we conduct online. So inshallah, this is the time for you guys who has been sitting out throughout this 45 minutes of majlis, that don't just go away now. Make your du'as, make your hajat, ask from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the wasila of Imam Ali alayhi salam, Imam Husayn, the 14 Masmin alayhi salam, Panjtan Pak alayhi salam. Ask your hajats, your wishes now, that may Allah make us be among the companions of Imam Husayn, make us the companions of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam, inshallah, that just like Ibrahim and Muhammad, who were among the companions of Imam Husayn alayhi salam, may we all also get the opportunity. So I will end tonight's session here, majlis here. I thank Muhammad Zorain Ali, Qasim Zaidi, and Sayyidah Noria Naqvi for tonight's participation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be pleased with all of you. Take care.